I want to start this video out by saying all constitutional rights invoked non-waived. I want to start this video out by saying all constitutional rights invoked non-waived. Hello, my beautiful and brave. Today I want to, it's going to be a little bit different. We have someone that I'm going to be interviewing that's experiencing some extreme, very extreme treatment. And it's kind of like the likes of what my brother was going through. Now, all you guys remember my brother Laoshu 55,000, Moses Manuel McCormick. And he went through a lot of stuff that didn't make a lot of sense to people. And, you know, you guys know what the end result of that was. So we're going to be interviewing a guy today, and he's going to be talking about some specific things in regards to some very troubling activities and overreaching of law and all kinds of stuff. I mean, when I first heard about it, I was completely baffled, and but I knew what it was. I kind of had an idea of what it was simply because I've seen this over time and time again. So we're gonna start the conversation up now. Okay, so I want to start by having you state your name. I want you to speak very clear and loud enough so that the camera can catch you. I want you to state what your name is for the record.
Shawn Force.
Speak a little louder.
Shawn Force.
Okay. And Mr. Force, I hear that you have some military background, so let's talk about that for a minute first. What was your background in the military?
I was a radio man on a submarine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A radio man on a
I had a
submarine.
top secret SCI clearance.
A top secret clearance. Okay. Okay. How did you like that?
I love the military.
Okay.
It just was,
So you're a veteran.
yes.
Okay. Thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right.
Active duty.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So now we're going to start this, and let's talk about some of the issues. You do have a child, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So for you for my audience, I want to tell you guys that he does have a child, and these matters are related to the child, but it turns into some other things. So we want you to understand the context of this. So we're going to get right into it. Now, how old is your child?
He just turned 5 in November.
Okay, he just turned 5 in November. Okay. And tell me about the event that you were telling me about when your child was born in the family. Tell me about when the child was born and you said you got a call and they told you the child was dead.
That was on November 28th.
November 28th of what year?
2018.
2018. Okay. And was that true?
No. He said he
Speak a
had
little loud. Was that
No.
true? Okay.
It was a 20-minute conversation.
And who called you and told you that?
My child's mother's mother.
Okay. So the grandmother of the child,
Yes.
the grandmother, which would be your kid's mother's mom. Okay.
Yes.
So she called you and told you the child was dead. Now, did they do that in an attempt to make you not aware of the fact that the child was actually born and alive and well?
I just didn't know anything really about babies. It was my first child born, and he was in a NICU in the incubator. So it's I believe they just took advantage of that.
Okay, so they took advantage of that situation to kind of make it look like that. Okay, now, what is it that what is it that his mother do for a living? Does she have any state affiliations at that time? Like, was she a police officer? Was she a court official, or what was she?
She's a teacher.
Oh, a school teacher. Okay. Gotcha. All right. And what did she say about, how did you find out the child was alive?
Well, they weren't saying he was. They were saying borderline dead
Uh huh.
from a nectarizing enterocolitis infection.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay, okay, we got you, we got you. Now let's fast forward till today. Um, so he was born what year?
2018.
2018. Okay, okay, understood. And we are in 2024 now, as we all know. So since 2018, how many times have you actually seen your child in person?
I was getting 2-hour visitations in the state of New York, and then
From what time frame up until now?
has it been since I've seen him
Yeah,
physically?
yes, in person.
I think the last time I flew to New York and seen him physically, I had it wrong on the petition. I looked at my notes. It was June 2021.
June 2021. Okay, okay, understood. So it's been a few years, right?
It's been too long.
Okay. And this was not because you didn't want to see him, but you actually wanted to, and they were keeping the child from you purposely. Is that correct?
We wouldn't follow the custody order. So as far
Okay.
as coming to Arizona, which would have been, it's in the standing order for once a year,
Okay.
and
And
it never happened.
so the family court in the state of New York produced orders and ordered that you was obligated to have visitation here in Arizona at least one time a year.
Yes. And
Okay.
there's multiple visitation days in the state of New York.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, how many times have your son been to the state of Arizona consistent with those New York orders?
0.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, from what I understand, this thing has morphed into something that is predominantly turned into a virus. All right. So the uh, the um, the mother's name of the child is what is her name?
I don't know if I could say her name. It's not a.
Okay. Well, well,
We'll keep
well.
her name confidential.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that confidential. But that is freedom of speech. You are allowed to say that, but we'll keep that confidential. Um, so um, so what has been done to you as far as abusing in court processes to keep you out of this child's life? The latest things.
I'm being extorted. I'm being they're basically holding him for ransom. I'm getting messages saying if you can't pay, if you don't pay this on top of what's in the order, then I'm not coming, and or I can't come. Um,
And,
not
and and they're having this child refer to someone else as the father.
They're having him and his family referred to as the father
And from what I
and
understand,
uncle, etc.
this is against the orders of New York's family court, correct?
It's against their it's against their parental behavior guidelines for
Oh,
sure.
okay,
It's
okay.
actually number 15 in the NewYork.gov on their website. They have parental behavior in there. So
Oh, okay, understood. You're very knowledgeable on that. That's pretty good. You give yourself a pat on the back for that. Because, most fathers, they're not that knowledgeable. And it seems that you're exercising such behavior that you want to be there. You educated yourself on this thing. It looks like you filed paperwork. It looks like you upheld your end of the orders, and it looks like so what actual so how okay so what actual state does the child live in now? Are they still in New York?
No,
Okay.
no.
What state are they in?
They are in the state of Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Okay. Okay. Now, did they notify did they notify the state of New York that they were going to Wisconsin, or did they just up and leave?
They didn't notify them. They had to have not notified them properly because I still make child support payments to the state of New York.
Okay. Okay. And so the New York State court's orders have not been being followed. Okay. Um do you have a case number for the New York family court case?
Yes, I do.
What can you say that court case number on the record?
I gotta get it real quick. Which case?
The family,
Custody
yeah,
or child support?
the family court case number that deals with the child custody.
Custody.
Yes. And tell me the name of that court.
It's in Monroe County, state of New York.
Monroe County, state of New York. And what is the case number?
Docket.
Yes.
V is in Victor. 02963 20. That's what it is.
Okay. And I want you to repeat that a little bit louder one more time for the record.
Okay. V is in Victor. 02963 20.
Okay, very good. So what is the status of that? Did you notify the state of New York, the court in New York, of what's going on?
I did.
Okay.
And I have an upcoming hearing with them.
Okay. And what date is the hearing?
January 18.
Okay. At what time?
12:20 p.m.
Okay.
New York time.
Okay, very good. Now, since you established that and since you notified the court of New York, what has happened as a result since you have been trying to get this custody? From what I understand, okay, let me pause. Let me pause. Let me not ask you any more questions for right now. Let me just talk to my audience. From what I understand, from our off the air interview, I understand that the mother has used some harassment restraining orders out of the state of Wisconsin to exercise an ability to foreclose Mr.Shawn Force from seeing his child in person or following the orders of the Monroe County Court
Yes.
in New York. Okay. So she has filed restraining orders, okay, alleging harm. And these restraining orders was problematic because the restraining orders seem to allege that a third party contacted her and told her that he said he was going to make that he said he was going to, do this or do that or do this or do that. And now, from what I understood, I said, wait a minute. How could a third party say what they heard somebody else say and then go to that somebody else and then say, oh, well, this is what was said. And then she took that, what was said, and went back to a court in Wisconsin and filed for a TRO, which is a temporary restraining order. So the state of Wisconsin, they set this for a hearing?
The state of Wisconsin is they're out of their mind.
So they set this for a hearing, and when they set this for a hearing, what happened? I mean, how, like, explain to me, like, what happened?
I have never been to Wisconsin ever in my entire life.
Do you own property there?
No. I've never even drove by there, even like on a road trip or anything like that. I've never been there. So they basically issued it on their own. I went to an injunction hearing on November 16, and then they granted the injunction based on alleged threats of what I said or what anyone said.
From a third party?
Yeah, and I don't even.
So
think
did
it
you
should
make
even
any?
matter
Did you make any direct threats to
her?
to the person who filed this?
No.
Okay, clear, understood. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's a little bit troubling, and we're gonna we're gonna be praying for justice in this matter, because this seems to be some abuse of process going on, and this seems to be some abuse of process going on. So that's quite troubling. That's really quite troubling. Okay, that's really quite troubling. Like I said, these are some of the things that are going on around the country to many fathers, and just as you guys know, my audience know that my brother went through a lot of this, and he went through a lot of this same kind of stuff before he was eventually killed. Okay. And, our case right now in the federal circuit court in Washington, D.C., is all about this kind of activity. So it was very important for us to do this quick little interview with Mr.Shawn Force, so that we can put this out there, and so that we can hope and pray for justice for him, because the state of Wisconsin is overreaching into the state of Arizona, trying to, from what I understand, they're trying to do a 10-year TRO on you, with a 10-year restriction on a firearm, to get you to not be able to have a firearm for 10 years.
Yes.
Which is that's very interesting. And this is all off of something that you were supposed to say to a third party, and then that third party turned around and contacted her and said, well, he said this, and then she went and filed this against you?
Yes.
And
I don't feel that it should matter at all what somebody says. It's more about what they do.
yeah, because I think in this country, the last time I checked, we have freedom of speech. Okay, that's why I can say what I can say in videos. Like, my audience know that, we're gonna tell it like it is in our videos. Like, when you get it from Mark, you're gonna get it raw and uncut. I don't bite my tongue. And it's just going to be said, because one thing I don't play about is that Constitution. I'm indigenous to this land. Okay, which means that the Constitution is very, very important to me over everything. And that's the supreme law of the land. And guys, you have to understand how important this is to your existence, this supreme law of the land, and Article 6, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution, which preempts any kind of state law to try to trespass on your freedom of speech, freedom of religion, or anything of that nature. Okay. So again, we want to all pray for Mr. Force, Mr. Shawn Force, and we're gonna hope that that one day soon he can possibly have full custody of his child, simply because he was robbed of so much time and put through all this mess with all of these abuses of processes to basically block him from his son. And it's unfortunate, but like I said, there's millions of people going through the same kind of process the same kind of nature of activities, and they just simply don't have a voice. They are literally the victims of not having a voice. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get into a little bit more very shortly, but very shortly and very quickly. Okay, so when you went to this hearing, from what I understand, you had a hearing concerning this temporary restraining order that she put against you, so she can stop the daily visitation calls with you that was set forth in the orders of the Monroe County Court. Correct?
Well, she says that, but I don't know if I don't know how valid that even is, that you can stop video calling.
Yeah, because the order is the order. Okay, so the order is the order from what I understand. The order is the order, but yeah, that's a little bit concerning. So we
it got worse. It got worse.
Yeah. So what happened? So what was the judge's name in this hearing?
Which one? The first one?
In this hearing that you had January 4th?
Yes, I filed for a de novo review.
Okay.
There was a due process in the first hearing.
There's a due process violation in the first hearing?
I listed reasons why, and I filed it with the form that you need to file it with, and it was granted. So I was given a new hearing.
And at this new hearing, did she have an attorney?
No.
And from what I understand, you put in paperwork to dismiss this action.
Yes.
And you dismissed it because of what? You put a motion in.
I put a motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdiction.
Oh, lack of personal jurisdiction, because you never been to Wisconsin, right?
Yes.
And you never caused it. So did you cause an injury in there?
Nope.
Did you cost anyone any money there?
Nope.
Okay. Interesting. So what happened to the motion? Did she file a response to that motion?
Nope.
And she wasn't represented by an attorney?
Nope.
So what was the judge's name?
The judge's name was Nicholas Brazeau Jr.
Nicholas Brazeau Jr. And what was the case number?
The case number... Give me a second here. The case number is
23.
C as in Charlie.
C as in Charlie.
V as in Victor.
V as in Victor.
437.
437. And what is the name of the court?
Wood County Circuit Court.
Wood County Circuit Court. Okay, very good. Wood County Circuit Court. And what was this judge doing?
This judge basically started the hearing. He acted as her attorney. And he just dismissed the motion without even addressing the motion. He stated some reasons and just real quickly, and then say we do have personal jurisdiction.
And so was there any response filed to that motion on the docket?
No. There was no
Wow.
There was no response whatsoever. It went uncontested into the hearing.
Wow. So what did you do as a result after all this? What action did you take?
Well,
and from what I understand, you took that action immediately.
I did, because the case that was filed, the hearing that happened on January 4 is a de novo hearing, which is a new trial. And I feel I shouldn't have had to tell the judge that she's talking about events past the date she filed. And that was a correction I had made, and he stated in the case, oh, that's right. But I feel like that was
so the judge told you that's right about what?
that you're not supposed to talk about events after the date of the filing, which aren't really events. They're more just contact through email and phone. That's it. Because
Okay.
once again, I still have never been there.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. And yeah, that's very concerning. So, what do you want to see happen in this matter?
Well, in Wisconsin, I feel like they don't have personal jurisdiction, and that it's they're really overreaching in trying to exercise even attempts to secure violations on this order. So,
Okay.
which was also sent in the motion with a matching police report, and then it's just I, I've been here, and I'm just a dad that wants his son. I really
Yeah.
don't. You know, that I don't have any intentions or any desire whatsoever to be of there hurting anybody or doing it. Like, I just have good and bad days just like everybody else. And
Okay. So from what I understood, you filed a federal case as a result of all this strange activity.
I did
What is that case number?
just got it today. So the case number is going to be C as in Charlie,
C is in Charlie,
V as in Victor,
V is in Victor,
24
24
000
000
37
37
PHX,
PHX.
D is in Delta,
D is in Delta,
G is in Golf,
G is in
and
Golf,
C is in Charlie.
C is in Charlie. So that's Judge Campbell down in Arizona District Court.
Yes.
Okay. So what did you file? You filed a motion for what? You
I filed
filed.
an injunction
Oh, you filed an injunction.
for
Okay.
injunctive relief
For
from a
injunctive
judge.
relief. Okay. Okay. So my brother, he filed for injunctive relief in his situation too, which is, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. So we're going to hope that works out for you. Like I said, we have a case in the federal court, the federal circuit court right now against the Department of Justice because we had, a couple federal judges messing around in the situation concerning my brother. So, he didn't get his due justice all the way, and which resulted in his death. So, I don't want to see anything like that happen to anyone ever again. It was so ferocious and so just unfair. So, my heart goes out to Mr. Force, and, we're going to end this interview right now. Do you have any final things that you'd like to say?
I just hope this round goes better for court because I've been fighting for father's rights since the day he was born, but it's hard to overcome when you're lied to about everything. So, including his birth date, everything, I was all set up to go. I had my ticket bought in October. My son's mother resided in the state of Arizona for over 6 months, got pregnant, and then moved to New York. So I I had a ticket for his birthday, which was supposedly December 14, and they stayed with that date, but they knew he was being born earlier, and I was never properly informed.
So they
So
so they didn't have intentions on allowing you to be a part of this child's life intentionally. Is that correct?
I definitely think that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We're going to just sum it up there and we're going to give it to the gods. And we're going to, pray for you. And we're going to put some good energy in the atmosphere for you. And justice will prevail. It will. It just will. So thank you for your time. And Thank you for allowing me to do this interview.
Thank you.
All right. And to my audience, I'll be back with you just here shortly. Hello, people. As I said, I'll be back with you. Now we're gonna let Mr. Force play a video clip of him talking with his son, and he's concerned about some of the stuff that his son shares with him. It's very troubling, and I'll let you guys listen and take a listen at the what the child says on your own. So here we go.
You don't mix and match at all yet?
I don't know what that.
That means like sometimes you take showers, sometimes you take baths.
Yeah, I take baths with my other dad.
Yeah.
Showers. I take showers.
Did he say he take baths with his other dad?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. See, I don't consent to any of that. He often he tells me, like, he's told me on other recording calls that there's things that he can't tell me and things like, and I have those, and I'm like, what can't you tell me? So it obviously is it just concerns me because no one really knows what's going on inside their household, and people are just all about perception.
Okay, so this makes everything make sense. This is making more sense why she's okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's the end of that, guys. You heard it, and
they end the call. They end the call when they want to. As far as, like, whenever I mention anything about him being around either my friends and family, then it's just automatic hang up. Or even anything, mentioning being in Arizona, it's just, I've had times where he starts talking about Arizona. If he gets excited, click. It's like, I'm just tired of it all.
Okay. All right. We're going to let our investigative team deal with this, and we're going to go from there. We wish you the best, and let's hear that last piece of that.
You know that there's a lot of people excited to meet you.
Wow.
Okay.
They hung up on you. Okay, guys. That's enough of that. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Force, for allowing us to interview you and sharing your story with us, okay?
Thank you.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.